Welcome you guys back to another episode of Therapeutic Talks. Today we got the same guest. He's still a special guest. Go ahead and give his name, bro.
Relish. Come on now.
We
Hey,
got
something funny?
nah, man. I'm laughing about something that I
No,
thought about
I'm just
earlier.
asking, bro.
We got Relish back again. How you spell that?
Can we just move on, bro?
Okay, you
I
right.
just feel like you doing a little too
My
much.
bad. I apologize. We got Relish back again on Therapeutic Talks. Today we talking about something that's has a lot of layers to it, and something that we don't talk about enough is chasing perfection. Now, first off, my first question to you is, what do you feel like perfection is? Like, how do you obtain perfection?
Ooh, I can explain to you what perfection is, bro.
Mhm.
I don't think there is such thing as being absolutely 100% perfect, bro. So I don't know exactly what that is. I believe you could try your best at doing anything and trying to succeed with it.
I agree.
But being a perfectionist, I don't view that as a thing in my nature, bro. I
Yeah.
don't think that's something that anybody should strive for anyway. You're gonna always make mistakes in your life each and every day.
Yeah.
So don't strive to be perfect. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, would you think that like being trying to be perfect is a way to, succeed? It's a guideline to be like, okay, you can get here if you're trying to be perfect. Yeah, you may not be perfect, but you're doing your best at whatever it may be.
I don't think you should. No, I don't. I don't think you should come in with the mentality of trying to be perfect just because you would stress yourself out over every little thing that happens along the way.
Yeah.
If one little thing doesn't go your way, you probably gonna piss yourself off and you're gonna say, okay, well, I give up. I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
Because you feel like that little bump in the road is the all in. And that's not the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a setback for a major comeback. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think anybody should view themselves as a perfectionist or try to get everything to that perfect point. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just think that's a waste of time and energy. I at least to me, I expect everybody should know, hey, I'm gonna fail
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6 times, but it's okay because you're gonna always come back and be able to reinvigorate yourself and turn that loss into a win.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you automatically just think that being a perfectionist, just when you're a perfectionist, you just don't think that you're gonna fail, or
I think so. Being a perfectionist is just like it's in the meaning. The meaning is in the word. Perfect. There's not one man that's ever been perfect. Ever. Can you think of anybody that's ever been perfect in your life?
no?
No. I know
No,
everybody
nobody I know.
that I've ever been around has always made a mistake. I think when you trying to be perfect, you're trying to make sure that you squeaky clean. You
It's-
never make a mistake. You're never gonna
impossible.
fail or hit any snag in the road or anything like that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that word, bro. I think everybody
Yeah.
should have a mentality of, oh, hey, it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna do my best. Doing your best is absolutely different from trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm giving my all and I'm doing exactly what I can to do it, and I know that
Yeah.
it's not going to be to the perfect T, but I tried.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I feel like being perfect or being a perfectionist is a way to kind of like force yourself to do your absolute best. Maybe, I think it could be different meanings to perfectionist and perfect. Like, obviously we know that when somebody say perfect, I mean there's no mistake, there's no flaw, nothing like that. But let's say for a basketball player, they want to be a perfectionist in their craft, right? So they're doing everything they can to be perfect. But I'm pretty sure they know they're going to miss a shot. They're going to do bad on something. They're going to make the wrong pass or whatever. But they're still going to go back to the gym the next day and try to perfect their craft. Now, do you think that's the same thing? Like, do you think that's a bad mentality to have in terms of being a perfectionist and trying to be perfect?
I don't think it's a bad mentality to have, but I do think it might be detrimental to certain people.
Okay.
Because some people start to believe after that mentality that, oh no, I have to do everything that's perfect, and that's how you end up. That's how you end up failing.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that just goes back to my point. If you're a basketball player and you're expecting to be perfect at all times of the game, bro, it's like, okay, you miss a shot, you gonna down yourself.
Yeah.
You throw a turnover, you gonna down yourself. It's like, okay, all right, move on to the next play, keep going, keep going. I've never heard a basketball player say, "Oh yeah, I want to go shoot 100% from the field." It's not a reality.
Yeah, it's
That's not
impossible.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's people that have shot 100% from the field, but if you think you're gonna do that every night,
you can't set yourself some real
you
high standards.
setting yourself to a
Some
real high standard
standards.
that I don't think anybody on this planet has ever been able to achieve. So I don't know.
That's beyond high.
You
That's
know what I'm
beyond
saying?
high standards. Thinking you can be perfect every single day.
Yeah, but it's always good to have a mentality of, okay, I want to make sure I'm doing good. I want to make sure I'm doing great, fantastic. But being perfect is just, it's non-existent. I don't think that that's something that people should strive for. It's like, okay, yeah, I want to be 100% perfect at all times of the day. I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to fail. I don't want to do anything like that. No. What are you learning from that situation then?
None. I can't really think of anything you would learn from being perfect. And that kind of that's the thought that popped in my head is when you're trying to be perfect, are you going out your way to avoid the mistakes? Like, and when you're avoiding the mistakes, you're kind of avoiding the lessons as well.
And that's the problem. I think a lot of times people today want to avoid those lessons and they want to avoid all the bad that happens to them. But the bad makes us good.
Yeah, I agree.
It creates positivity in our minds, and we're able to look back and say, "Oh, we learned this." And you're able to smile at a situation 5-10 years ago and say, "Okay, you know what? I went through all this triumph, and now I'm looking back and I'm like, okay, I'm happy I went through that because I learned this, and I'm able to teach this to this person and this person." You know what I mean?
Journey. It's the journey.
I don't know. I'm somebody I love to learn. So I like a lot of times going through certain things and learning from them and seeing how I can adapt and be better for the next situation.
Okay, so if you're saying you love to learn and you're saying that you can't really learn nothing from trying to be perfect, do you not think you can learn how to really be the best at your craft or be the best at whatever you want to do by trying to be perfect? Is that not something that's possible?
I think it's possible, but it's setting standards too high for yourself. Because it's a difference, right? So let's say you're searching for perfection, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can learn a lot from it and you learn it from the best.
Yeah.
Okay. But once you say, "Oh, I want to be perfect," you're basically saying, okay, you took in everything that you learned from that person and then you want to be better, 100 times better.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you make absolutely zero mistakes at all. And that's your mentality. You should always have a mentality, well, okay, I don't want to make a mistake, but that's not the reality of the situation.
Do you really not want to, like, the older I got, and maybe this is just from experience and from what's happened in my life, but don't you want to make those mistakes so you could be like, okay,
not everybody.
I know, like, not everybody may not. I think that's so interesting when I talk to people about that, because making mistakes really allows you to see yourself. Like, yeah, having that type of, triumph is great. You know what I'm saying? Being able to win at something is great, and succeeding at what you want to succeed at is great. But you don't really get to look at yourself when you win. When you lose is when you get a chance to look in the mirror and understand yourself.
See what I'm saying? The adversity of everything always creates for a better story for yourself because of what you've been through. You don't expect to turn around and always be perfect at something. Back to your point about basketball, some of the greatest of all time, they didn't all come in starting out well. No. Kobe Bryant didn't really play his best work until his third season because the coach didn't really want to play him.
He barely
played.
He
didn't feel like he was that good. So to turn around and you have a 20-year career, you win 5 championships, 18-time All-NBA, and you one of the top 3 greatest players of all time, that's...
To a lot of people, that may seem like a perfect career. You came up from
a lot of people don't even consider that career
being one of the best of all time.
A lot of people don't even consider that career a top 5 career in their own opinions. They don't put Kobe top 5. But that, Kobe never said he wanted to be perfect.
Yeah.
He always made mistakes and he always did things different, but he was very vocal about it.
Yeah.
He was always like, yeah, I made this mistake. And I learned from Kyrie Irving. I was watching his interview with Kai Cenat. And he told Kyrie, he was like, yeah, man, you don't want to be like me. You want to be better than me.
Yeah.
And in saying that, I just think that's something that somebody says to you because they want you to understand that I've made mistakes and I don't want you to make those same mistakes. Which is why you shouldn't expect to be perfect because everybody's going to make them mistakes.
And trying to get people to not make those mistakes, I think it's interesting because, when you're growing up, your parents always say, I want you to be better than me. I don't want you to make the same mistakes. But what happens if that kid needs to make those mistakes to really grow in life? Maybe those kids need to, and us as well, because we were taught that by our parents, maybe we need to go through that to be like, I know who I am now, and I'm trying to do the best I can. Now I have all this experience from failing and winning, and now I'm here at the point where I can put it all together and I can make something out of it.
I think it depends on the mistakes that we're talking about. There's a lot of the mistakes that our parents make, or our older generations made before us, and they tell us, "Oh, I don't want you to make that same mistake as me."
Yeah.
Some of those mistakes, bro, I don't think that you want your kids to make them same mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of the mistakes that I seen coming up from family members. No, my grandfather didn't want me making them same mistakes that them people made. You know, so I think life is a learning lesson, and I think that's why I don't feel so high on being perfect.
Yeah.
Because I know and I acknowledge I have to learn, I have to grow each and every day. No matter how old you are, you're going to continue to learn every single day.
100%.
Just because you're getting old and you're getting more mature doesn't mean you don't have room to learn and grow. See what I'm saying? And I think when you saying you want to be perfect in something, that's a problem for me, because you saying I'm perfect, that means I don't really have to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's saying I don't really have to learn this. I've already perfected it. I don't have any room to grow anywhere. No, I want room to grow every single day in every single category. See what I'm saying? And I want my kids to have room to grow in every single category. So if they make a mistake, yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna teach you why you shouldn't make that mistake and what you did wrong.
Yeah.
In hopes of you not making that same mistake again in the future.
Helping them grow from their flaws.
Exactly. The same way I have to. Because if I don't grow, who am I to tell somebody else that they have to perfect themselves? See what I'm saying? So a perfectionist, I've just never seen one. I've never looked at somebody and been like, "Oh, this guy's perfect. This woman is perfect. They're able to say whatever they want, and I'll just look up to them and bow down and be able to, it's not."
Yeah, I've seen people trained to be perfect. But it's just not. It's not something that's obtainable, And another thing is, you constantly hear people. I don't want to say constantly, but you hear people say, "Man, y'all expect me to be perfect. Y'all expect me to be this. Y'all think I'm perfect." That's turning being perfect to a negative thing after a while. And when you hear the word perfect, you're not thinking about something negative. You're thinking about great, phenomenal, amazing, whatever word you want to use to describe it.
It's nothing. When I hear the word perfect, it's nothing negative about it, in my opinion. It's nothing that I would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah, this is perfect." So I'm looking at it and I'm just like, okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. It doesn't need change. There's no need for anything else to be done, because this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. You know what I mean? So it could be turned into a negative because, like you just said, people be like, "Oh, you expect me to be perfect?" Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want somebody to be perfect. If that's the case, then I don't think you should be around that person.
You should want them to be human, because perfect is not human. Those are not the same
we
thing.
were not put here to be perfect. That's not what we are. We're not.
We meant to be flawed, meant to make mistakes. Yeah.
We meant to learn and help each other grow. That's what this is. You know what I mean? So saying, "Oh yeah, well you need to be perfect," that sounds like something coming from somebody that wasn't perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And when you allow yourself to make those mistakes, I feel like you kind of get rid of the idea of I need to be perfect. You more so appreciate the journey that you're on.
Yes.
It's something that kind of touches me in a way, because when you allow yourself to make mistakes, just like we all have, you allow yourself to truly see yourself. You allow yourself to look in the mirror and be like, wow, I wouldn't be this far if I didn't fail right here. And it set me back maybe a step or two, just to get ready to propel me even further than I was meant to go, or that I thought I could go.
Love the thought process.
Yeah.
Love the thought process, because that's exactly the point I'm making. If I don't make these same mistakes that I've made, what exactly have I learned? And what can I do to use these mistakes to better myself in the future? Like that's all you want out of life. I want to make mistakes. I want to be able to look back and be like, you know what? I messed up here. I screwed up bad. Let me turn this around. Let me see how I can be better. A lot of times you make a mistake, people turn around and they try to downplay you as a human being, as if they've never made the same mistakes themselves or similar mistakes.
Crazy.
But that's just being a hypocrite. Hypocrisy is very strong in society nowadays, more than any other time, really. I see people slander so many different people for making mistakes that in situations that they probably couldn't even handle the same way this person did.
You never know
You know
what
what I
you would
mean?
do unless you in that situation. A lot
So
of
I'm
people
saying?
get to judging and saying you should did this, you should did that. Whether it's sports, just life in general, whatever it may
Yeah,
be. Like you be like, oh,
everything.
you should have handled it this
Every
way. You
aspect
should
of
react
life.
like that. Man, I'm not perfect, and I don't want to be. So I think that's something that you should take into account when dealing with me, when talking to me. Is that I'm not striving to be perfect. I'm striving to be me, and whatever version of me is not
I
perfect.
want to be the best version of myself.
Exactly, and that's
what God is presenting to me, I need to be the best version of that. I'm not here to impress nobody.
Exactly.
I don't care about the mentality of, oh no, you need to impress this person because you never know what could be done over here. Oh no. That's the problem. A lot of people are too busy trying to kiss ass to get where they need to be in life.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it should be.
It don't work like that. At least not in my opinion. It don't work like that. You gotta look yourself in the mirror every morning. Not nobody else.
Every morning.
So you have to figure out how I'm gonna get this done.
Nobody's taking care of you but you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Literally. At the end of the day, you came in this world on your own. You're gonna leave on your own.
Yeah.
So why should you care about another person's opinion on you being perfect? Or you shouldn't be making mistakes. You see what I'm saying? It's a learning game. I think everybody needs to learn it and they need to figure it out on their own. How can I myself be better? Yeah. Don't ask yourself how can I avoid making mistakes, because to me that's just that's just a prancy question, bro. I don't feel like you should ever even sit up there with that mindset of, oh,
you're gonna drive yourself crazy like that.
Yeah,
man.
like and then you try to and sometimes I'm a victim of it. Yesterday I sat up there and I asked myself, okay, how can I make this situation that I'm in better? What can I do that's different? Turn around, I just pray. Or I just go off and I do one of my hobbies. Go work out, go play the game, go do something. Yeah. Something that helps you get your mindset off of all the negativity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it could be a lot of negativity around you. You might feel like, oh, okay, people feel like you're not doing enough. And that could be a downplay on your mental health.
Yeah.
Whole different subject. But mental health is very important. Last thing you want to do is turn around and you be like, oh, okay, my mind's not right. I can't get with this mindset and make you angry, make you crash out, make you do things that you don't want to do.
And mental health and perfection don't go hand in hand. And then on top of that, perfection is something that's a perspective. You know, like we said earlier about Kobe, to Najee, to you, to somebody else, their opinion of Kobe's career may be, oh, this is perfect. This is a perfect career. From where he started to where he ended up at, that may be a perfect career. To the next person that looked at it, maybe not. But
and that's fine.
You know, like it's an opinion.
I think nowadays people get too pissed off at opinions because of they want the person to be a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of
you can't
I love Michael Jordan myself, but he's 6-0 in the finals. And I believe because of that, everybody look at him as if he's a perfectionist.
You're not perfect getting there.
You know what I'm saying? That's fine. You know, he's 6-0, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing. To me, that's the goal. It is. But to say Michael Jordan didn't go through adversity or hard times trying to get to that point where he was at, you know what I'm saying? He came in the league. He came in the league a dog, 37 points per game, doing all stuff like that, you know, but you always need that helping hand over him. That's why being a perfectionist is it's not a reality to me, because if you're being a perfectionist, you're turning around, you're basically saying, I can do this on my own and I don't need nobody else. Yeah. We all need somebody in some aspect of life. I don't see anybody that got anywhere by themselves the whole way.
You can't. And people try to act like they don't need nobody, they don't need nothing from anybody. It's not real. It's not true. And I hate when I hear stuff like that. I don't like using the word hate, but that's one of the things I strongly dislike is because you can try to act like you can do this on your own and stuff like that, but you need help. Everybody needs help. It's not a single person that got something solely by themselves. They have to either ask somebody a question or they have to do something. It could be something little. Nobody said you ain't do the heavy lifting, but you got somewhere not because you were perfect. You got somewhere because you combined the minds of a whole bunch of different people, or you allow other people to chime in, help you like push your product out, whatever it may be. Push yourself out there, get more sociable, get able to talk to people better, or like just have the skills to be able to get there. Not everybody's born with every single thing. So And that's another thing. You're not born
We're all blessed
perfect
with
and
different
trying to chase something that
talents.
you wasn't even like. You weren't brought in here being perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You've been making mistakes since day one, and that's okay because it's gonna be because after day one, it's another day and another day and another day, and that's another day to learn.
Every single day.
Exactly. So you don't look at your last day and be like, nah.
I think that's the beauty of life. You wake up every single day. If you made a mistake yesterday, you might be able to change everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
Depending on what you do. You know what I mean?
Everything can change tomorrow. Everything can flip.
It's as serious as you want to make it.
Yeah.
As serious as you want to be. I mean, it all depends on your work ethic, your grind. Do you want better for yourself? Do you want better for all of those around you?
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself stuff like this. And if you want to consider yourself a perfectionist, are you really a perfectionist? Is everything really perfect in your life?
Yeah.
If that's how you consider yourself, truly look around and ask yourself, is everything really perfect? Is everything A-okay in your life? Are you mentally okay? Physically okay? Spiritually okay? Is your family okay? Is everything going right?
Everything can't be going
right. It can't be.
Like, and I'm be honest, man, that's a problem with like Instagram and Facebook and everything else because you have highlights on your page,
Social
right?
media can be so draining.
Exactly. You got highlights on your page. You show everything that's going right. You show your accomplishments. People put on Facebook when they just bought an apartment, keys, picture of them holding the keys, all that stuff.
I got a problem with that. You know what my problem with that is? It's okay that people post stuff and they do stuff like that, but a lot of the times people turn around and they say, okay, yeah, well, hey, I don't like the fact that, I'm not where I want to be in life because this person is doing that and they're the same age as them. You know what I'm saying? It's people our age of 24 that are way down here because they choose to be lazy. They choose not to work. They don't have that drive or that motivation to get up and do what they have to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and everybody's timing is different. It might be some people that's busting their ass and they're not in a position that they want to be in, but that's just patience. That's the patience element of it. You talk to God, you have patience, you do what you got to do, continue grinding, continue that work ethic, and continue to build character, and you'll get to where you need to be. Everything's not going to happen overnight or right in that moment when you want it to.
Yeah.
And I'm a victim of that, and I have to continue to pray and be better in that aspect of it because you have to understand everything isn't given to you right when you want it to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to wait for that perfect moment, and you got to say, okay, yeah. That's it right there. That's the only perfectionist I see there is God.
Yeah.
That's it. He don't make mistakes, bro. Everything in life happens for a reason.
Purpose. Yeah, got purpose behind it.
It has a purpose. Everything is you just gotta keep the faith. Sometimes he's just challenging you to see, all right, you gonna keep the faith or you gonna brand off on your own.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'll let you go off on your own just to see how far you go.
Yeah, you wasn't meant to be here to make no mistakes. You was meant to be here to make mistakes, to teach others about your mistakes. So I hope people can take something from what we telling them right now, because it's so many people that just don't want to mess up. They don't, rather because they feel like they're gonna disappoint somebody, let people down, whatever.
Nervous.
They're scared.
You know what I mean?
They don't know how to go about things. But man, it's okay,
and that's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be how do I put it? It's okay to be nervous about your future.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. But sometimes you got to take a long look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself. And you ask yourself, all right, what's the next step? What's the next goal? How can I get here? Yeah. Okay, once you plan that out, go. It's go time. Yeah. Don't take your foot off the gas. You got to keep going every single day.
That about concludes this beautiful conversation we just had.
And was.
Relledge, would you like to say one more thing to the viewing audience at home before we get ready to do this little outro?
Actually, no.
You want to tell them something?
No, I don't want to Relledge out.
Relledge out. We like to appreciate y'all for coming to sit down with us today. We love that you came and had this conversation with us. What? See, we got somebody behind the scenes, bro.
No, I'm saying though, why you turn away when I was
No. Relledge out. But
I'm saying Relledge out.
Y'all don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe.
I'm not when I say I'm out though. I don't like the way you just cut me off like that.
I got a lot of people trying to
hijack
distract me, trying to hijack the show. So I like y'all to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank y'all for coming to sit down with us. And we're gonna see y'all next week on Therapeutic Talks.
Yeet.